Mic check, mic check.
Yeah, hey, I got something in motion, something you can't see. It requires devotion from those who truly believe. This is
Yeah.
touch.
That's how we starting the vibes off tonight. Yeah.
Some people it's too much. For some people it heals. This music is my healing.
What up? You are listening to the Randumb Review Podcast. I am your host, Anomaly, and tonight we are getting intergalactic planetary. Yeah. We're going to cover a range of topics tonight. Earth, space, time. So let's get it cracking, Captain. But we can't start without introducing my illustrious co-hosts. Jigga, what's good, my nigga?
Jigga.
What's my motherfucking name?
What up?
Danger, no stranger, what's good?
Danger.
What's up?
Now, I found this interview that was online that I wanted to jump off with, and I figured the Randumb Review fam could dissect it, and we could just destroy this whole fucking topic tonight. So let's get it started. I'm gonna put this on real quick.
There are things that happen in quantum physics that kind of defy our sensibilities. Like particles pop in and out of existence. They defy any rational attempt to understand it. Particles can be entangled with one another. A particle can be here, and there's a barrier, and it can spontaneously show up on the other side of the barrier at faster than the speed of light. All of this is just mysterious. Let me ask you, suppose you have a sphere, and I live in a two-dimensional world, and you take this hollow sphere, so it's a shell, and you pass that sphere through my two-dimensional universe. How will I describe that? I will say, this point just appeared out of nowhere. Oops, now it's a circle, a small circle. And that circle's getting bigger by the moment. Oh my gosh, it reached a maximum size. Now that circle is just shrinking. It's shrinking, now it's a point. Now the whole thing disappeared. This would be completely freaky to a two-dimensional being.
Shout out to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Hell yeah.
The science goat.
You know what that reminded me of, yo, is so I just finished taking chemistry and biology, and the periodic table, right? So every molecule and atom is based off of electrons and everything like that. If you take away one electron, it turns into a whole nother substance.
Jigga and I, the science guy.
So, if you have, hydrogen is number one, right? It only has one proton, one electron, one neutron.
Okay.
If you add an electron to it, it now becomes helium.
And it changes.
Yeah. And it's the same thing, but you add something to it and it completely changes, and that shit is... the human eye can't see it. You know what I mean? Without a microscope, that's fucking intensely fucking dope.
Right.
And what he's talking, I feel like what he's talking about is just the fact that things in the universe that we understand, but we don't understand. Because everything in science is a theory. There's no actual facts.
Okay, so you know what? All right, so the first question that I got, and I'm pretty sure you guys are rational thinkers, do you believe that other life exists in the universe?
Yeah. If you don't, I feel like you're a fucking idiot.
You have to be.
There's
right?
too much out there.
Come on, man.
At least,
whole fucking universe.
At least basic life.
Yes.
Well, there was so they were researching because we're fucking our own planet up.
Oh yeah,
every
constantly.
Right now. And they have been they sent out, I can't remember the fucking it's like a camera, a probe, but they sent it out into space and it fucking could see, and it sent pictures back of different universes, and galaxies and shit. We live in the Milky Way galaxy, you know what I mean? But then inside of that, there's these other solar systems and all this other kind of shit. And they actually found a planet that's bigger than ours and has the exact same look about it. Like, they can't tell what the oxygen's like and all that kind of shit, but it looks like there's water. It looks like there's trees and all kinds of shit like that. And they were talking about trying to fucking send
bigger?
motherfuckers out there.
How much bigger was it?
So what's was it Saturn?
It's like Saturn.
It's like the size of Saturn.
Didn't they say
Isn't
that
it
they
got-
had discovered some inhabitable planet? Inhabitable planet.
That's what I'm talking about.
Try saying that shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fast.
But they don't. The thing is it's a thought that it could be habitable, not that it is, because there's no fucking way to tell without putting.
Actually getting somebody over there?
Yeah.
How the fuck are we supposed
And
to?
you know how many fucking years that's gonna take, nigga? Like hundreds of years.
We'll be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell
We'll be
yeah.
long gone.
It's about
Gladly, like nigga.
Yo, should we get Moon on this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's that nigga doing?
let's get Moon on there, man. I know
While
this
we're waiting
motherfucker-
for him.
While we're waiting for him.
I wonder what the gravity's like.
That's what I'm saying, because the planet's bigger,
So it's gotta
but
be
it's the
more-
same distance from. It's like equal distance
the-
from the sun.
What do they
from
call
its
that,
star?
There's a name for that zone, because it's like a zone, the habitable zone or something. Because you can't be too close and you can't be too far.
Yeah, like if we moved like 2 miles closer to the sun, we'd fucking die. But at the same time, they still think that
Come on, Moon.
we're actually
Yo,
Moon Ra.
what's going on?
What's good, man? You are currently on the Random Review podcast, and we are recording, man. What's up with you?
what up, brother?
Yo,
What's up?
peace. What's going on, my man?
Okay, so we're already 6 minutes in, and we started off with Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about the Tesseract destroying the universe or some shit like that. I don't know.
No, he was
It was
talking
the
about things moving from 3D to 2D worlds, basically, and explaining that things can jump from, like an atom can jump from one side of a room to another side of the room without you even noticing it at the speed of light.
What you got for that?
Yo, that's just mental fucking turmoil, man. That's way too much to process.
Okay, so what do you think about have you heard about the planet that they discovered that is possibly habitable for humans, that's in
Yes,
another
sir.
in another galaxy?
Mhm.
What do you think about that?
It's feasible. I can see it because I mean we're not alone. If we have humans on Earth, who knows?
And we
Who
just
knows?
mentioned that. Does anybody believe that we're the only
That's why I like
existence of life in the universe? That would be a ridiculous thought, right?
that's why I love the movie Prometheus,
Yeah, Prometheus is dope. Yeah, shout out to. Yeah.
because it says like, yo, these beings that are fucking like 8-10 feet tall and shit
Right.
drop their DNA into the fucking water system to create
Salt Bay.
us. Yeah, and he did Salt Guy.
Well, okay. Okay. So according to Genesis, and I don't know if you guys are religious people or if you've ever read the Bible, but according to Genesis, the original men and women were like 100 feet tall. They were like titans. You know what I'm saying? They lived to be like 600-700 years and shit. And then after we fucked up with our sins and we went in and did all the shit that we did, apparently that's when God decided he was going to change the format, and he was like, y'all niggas is only going to live for about a max of 80-90 years.
So
if you lucky, you get 100.
With
you know what I mean?
with that being said, it's a theory that humans used to live on Mars, because there's
What?
signs of water, like like if you see like a dried out lake, it still has like the ridges and everything, like where you can see streams and all that kind of shit. That's noticeable through telescopes looking at Mars. And they believe, and it's a theory, and I mean it's more like conspiracy theory type thing, but they believe that certain people believe that we started on Mars, and the reason Adam and Eve were the first ones on Earth was because we had fucked that planet up so much that they
fucked
sent
up.
2 people, and at the time they didn't have like crazy dope technology, and they sent these 2 people to this planet to start a colony, and then that's where mankind started.
Okay.
That's a theory.
That's pretty crazy. I like
But at the same time with that, they had to be black.
How did they get over here though?
Life, the oldest and the first skeleton of a human was discovered in Africa.
Indeed.
True.
And
Facts.
That just like, yo, like they sent 2 niggas through space and said, yo, go start some shit over here. And then the only fucked up part about that part is, all right, they had kids. Where the fuck did the rest of the people come from? Nigga, that's gross.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
Yo, for real. Fucking uncle brother.
Hey, uncle brother. Pa, son.
Oh shit.
Uncle brother.
Pa nephew.
Okay, all right. So I got a question for all of y'all, man. So do you think that there's a species out there that has more advanced technology than we do?
That's the question I like.
Yes.
Is there more intelligent life than us?
Yes.
Yeah.
You think
I
so?
believe
Yes.
it. Nigga, because for one, after like the theory of like evolution, going into that is like your brain function starts to reach a higher level the longer your species is alive. You start to use more parts of your brain and start to think differently on like, instead of emotional thinking, it's rational thinking.
You know what I've always been curious about is because when they always talk about aliens, it makes it look like it's some motherfucker from Independence Day, one of those kind of creatures.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's a humanoid version of our planet somewhere else.
Hell yeah, I guarantee it. Nigga,
Like,
I would bet my life on it.
is there another fucking human planet somewhere?
There's probably another fucking anomaly. There's probably another Jigga. There's probably another Danger. There's probably another Moon.
They better not have a podcast. I'll be pissed.
Yo, their podcast is probably more popular than ours already.
They're like thousands.
Their podcast is better than ours.
Them motherfuckers been had cameras.
About to turn me in.
That nigga's got a network show. Jesus Christ.
That's messed up.
Instead of TBS, it's SBT.
TNT still TNT.
But I think it's dumb to think that, okay,
It's naive, right?
yes, that,
You
that
have to
there's
be a
nobody
fucking
else.
moron to think that we're the only planet with existing life. You know what I'm like?
Well, and that's why that's why I think it's funny that when people, like the same people that will say that they saw a UFO will still say that there's no other planets.
Yeah, but you gotta kind of be, you gotta watch some of the motherfuckers that be talking about they saw a UFO and shit. You know?
Yo, what were you on? Because I want to try it.
Yo, you notice that it always comes from a rural area, and it's usually some hillbilly that discovered it, and he just happened to see a UFO. They don't never pull over major cities.
Well, and then like crop circles.
The fuck is it? What the fuck? What's the point of the crop circle shit?
So that's why they're saying that, yo, it's because
I heard they're dick pics.
Yeah. Alien Johnson. Fucking no, yo, like because they say like the crop circles, like because you know if
You niggas are stupid, man. Shut up.
But when they find crop circles and shit, like you know if you go through a cornfield or a corn maze and all that kind of shit, if you step on one of those plants to flatten it out, it snaps. The corn,
Why
the
do you
crop
think that
circles
they
never.
choose fields though? Why do you think that they choose these fucking rural areas to
that's
do that shit? Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they pull over a major city? That's that's really my question.
Okay, so if you're trying to,
how come niggas in Compton ain't never seen UFOs?
True.
nigga, but they saw a leprechaun in the tree.
No, they didn't.
Anybody see a leprechaun in the tree? Say yeah.
No, man. That was just some stupid ass niggas.
Yeah, whatever. But I'm
Come
saying,
on,
think about it this way. So, what's something that you can write on that is a part of the land that won't get blown away or crumble?
That just doesn't make sense
Crops,
to me. It doesn't make sense
You can't do that to a mountain because the mountain would fucking just break.
Why would that
they're
doesn't
trying
make
to-
sense to me, Jigga? For real, like why wouldn't a UFO? Okay, all right.
Come down and pick your ass up?
No, why wouldn't it be flying over New York City? Why wouldn't motherfuckers out there in New York can't see it?
Because it's too fucking bright, nigga. Like, okay,
Drawing
so,
attention?
No, so if
You don't.
know,
You think the aliens don't want to draw attention to
They got
themselves,
that
so
Men
they
in
go
Black
to a
then.
the thing is,
Mind raised. You don't remember
thing
nothing.
is like if you go outside in the middle of downtown anywhere and you look up, you cannot see but maybe one or two stars.
That's true.
So if they are up there above a major city with the biggest city with the brightest fucking lights,
sitting
You
there
think
watching.
that anybody's gonna be able to see it above those fucking skyscrapers? No.
I don't know.
Except for the motherfuckers that
It
live
just-
in like rural New York where it's not in the city.
You notice it never happened in New York though. It has never happened. It's never been reported in California. It's never been reported in New York.
What about
It's nev-
what about like ancient stuff?
Did you
What
look?
about-
Are you sure about that?
Am I sure about it?
we didn't go-
Hell no, I don't do my research. I'm not a fucking.
But that's what I'm saying.
a scientist?
I'm saying that.
That's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, for real. That's why that nigga was on that spaceship on Netflix.
All right. Danger, what'd you have?
Oh yeah. So the coolest thing to me about like thinking about smarter life on Earth is like if you think back to old, like back in the days, like Egypt and stuff. Like there's chambers in the pyramid that they don't understand how they were like even made. Like they're huge
Because it's still like
And
it's like a brick floor that's the same size and shit. That,
Yeah.
Like, but it's
huge.
It's level.
Okay, so now I'm not gonna say if this is a myth or an urban legend or a tale or whatever, but the story is that aliens came down and communicated with the Mayans, showed them how to build certain things, showed them advancements in technology, and that's where shit like the pyramids came from.
So, fun fact for you: the Mayans and Aztecs were the first. Well, it's actually the Aztec Empire was the first to make like an irrigation system to where like if they shit somewhere, it went away like
So
flushing
they
the toilet.
created sewers.
Yes, but
They created the original
It's probably
Ninja
more
Turtle
basic.
home.
Yeah, but think about how long ago that shit was. Think about how long ago that shit was to have the thought that like, yo, instead of shitting in the ground and digging a hole or just shitting wherever you're at, you decided, yo, we need to run water to get this stuff out of here because
Why do
it's
I feel
creating diseases.
why do I feel like that's not something you have to be taught? It's more like common sense.
Now,
Like this shit gotta go somewhere.
Nowadays,
You know what I'm
we got the
saying?
luck of information. We're not back then.
the thing is, back then, think about the shit that they had. Nigga, they had
Limited
swords,
resources.
spears.
The aliens saw shit
God
in
damn.
buckets and
You
they were
know
like,
what?
no.
That's one thing that I kind of want to throw into this conversation. Can you imagine the brutality of a war back then?
Oh hell yeah!
Right.
It's not the
Yo.
same as something like now, like where it's guns and missiles and bombs where we can just explode and shit.
And-
like these niggas was killing each other for
But-
real. Like you
and
imagine
them
getting
shits
killed with a fucking
lasted years.
a sword or a spear or some shit like that.
Getting chopped like what the fuck was it?
Fucking battle axes, maces,
I
and
can't
shit.
remember the movie. The dude gets like chopped right in his fucking shoulder, and it goes down like into his lung, and he's just sitting there fucking screaming, still alive,
Oh my god.
but like he's
Is that the
fucking split
SpongeBob
open.
movie?
Fucking hate you, man.
That's a real fucking death. That's an honorable death right there, yo.
Think about it. The wars that they did, like you know how like we have wars that last years, but there's not actually battles going on.
Yeah.
Their shit was constantly going on. These niggas didn't take naps. They would be sitting there fighting for fucking days on end.
For real, yeah, like the Spartans and shit.
They didn't say
Yeah,
time
for
out. They didn't say time out. I gotta take a shit. I gotta take a shit real quick. Hold on. Hold your sword. Just time out. Hold your sword. Time out, my nigga. I'll be right back. I really gotta pee.
You stupid.
I'm not trying to catch a bladder infection.
Yo, for real. I don't want a kidney stone. I don't want a kidney stone. Fuck that. Like, I'll be right back, man. Just give me a second. Don't give me my leg back.
Y'all
Give me my
fucking
leg
bugging,
back.
man. Y'all
I
bugging,
need that
man.
real quick.
Y'all bugging,
But
man.
think about where we came from then, and they made fucking it's the Mayan calendar that's based off of just the stars alone.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
you know the
yeah.
fucked up part is that there's at least probably 1 million stars that we could see that are now burnt out. Nigga, like
Right.
there's a star that's fucking 10 billion fucking light years away, and we can still see it, but that's just gone. It blow up
God,
already.
y'all niggas still got me laughing over here, man.
What about the SpongeBob movie?
All right, yo,
Damn it,
so
Patrick.
all right, check it out. I got an interview for y'all, and it's just a little document that I picked up, and I want y'all to hear it and give me your thoughts on it.
We'll start with some basic questions. The sky is
In a world where it feels like nothing is as it seems,
blue.
It's blue, of course. Oh, the sky's blue.
The sky's blue.
1 + 1 is
2.
2.
2. There's at least one truth we thought was indisputable.
And the Earth is
Flat.
Flat.
the Earth is flat.
My reality, my senses tell me that the Earth is flat and stationary.
Or so I thought. But for the people attending the first Flat Earth International Conference here in Cary, North Carolina,
The Flat
their
Earth
Earth
International
is
Conference.
indisputably not round.
Yeah, everybody here can agree on absolutely one thing.
Wait, Jigga.
Which is it is not a globe.
For centuries, a flat Earth was accepted as certainty until science and sailboats said otherwise.
One of the rules of power is you never admit that there's someone bigger than yourself.
But in 2015, this guy, Mark Sargent, posted his flat Earth clues.
Part of a series of clues that can help you get your head around both the design of the flat Earth system we live in.
You're kind of the father of this movement. How would you?
Don't do
You're
that.
the one who sort of started it all.
I did not
He sounds like he's on fucking drugs.
All I did was walk up to a door, point at it, say, you know what? I think there's some really interesting things on the other side of this, and check it out for yourself. If Flat Earth is a university, FEA, then I would be the freshman recruiter.
Oh my God. Go.
Fuck that nigga and fuck all those people because y'all are fucking idiots. It's been fucking. That's one thing that's fucking proven, yo. Not even a picture.
Look at the horizon.
Get on a fucking plane.
For real.
All right.
How the fuck does a plane go all the way around?
Wait. Before we go on, is any motherfucker in this room or on this conversation right now?
You better not say yes.
Do y'all
'cause I will
believe
punch
that
you.
there's a flat Earth?
I will punch the hell out of anybody if they say yes.
Moon, do you believe that there's a flat Earth?
Not at all. Yo,
Jigga.
really?
Fuck no.
Danger.
Hell no.
Give Dustin the mic.
Nope.
All right.
Dustin just didn't want to get punched. That's what that was. He was like, no.
Jesus Christ.
I can't tell them about my flat Earth theories yet.
Yo, I'm just
They're not
saying. Like, back in the day, when they originally thought the Earth was flat, I understand why they thought the Earth was flat. The motherfuckers didn't have the technology or the capability of fucking going around the globe.
Okay.
But we can get on a fucking plane and literally go in a fucking circle.
Wait. You know what? Hold on, guys. I got one for you. We're gonna travel back into time real fast. Anti-pop consortium. Yo, Paul. You already know. Anomaly.
Yes.
The world is flat. Haha, you fell off.
I mean, come on, man. That's not just not realistic, man.
No.
How the fuck is it gonna be flat when we have when the majority of the planet is water?
Well, and then the thing on the theory of gravity itself. If it was flat, it's not. Things aren't gonna fucking go straight down. They're gonna go to the left and to the right.
Yes.
They're not. If you drop a ball standing straight up, it's gonna go straight down. That's fucking gravity. If it was flat, gravity would be pushing in different directions, and that shit would go flying fucking left or right, depending on where the fuck you're at.
Yeah, I was about to throw some gunshots on that.
Bro,
they think we live on Thor's planet or Thor's.
Yo, for real, nigga, like a fucking just all the water's running off the side and going nowhere.
Danger made me almost spit beer all over the fucking machine, yo. Jesus,
flat Earth.
Like, there's no fucking way. Like, it just doesn't.
I think it's a way
I want
to take
to
advantage
go to
of
that.
people.
I want to go to that conference and slap the shit out of everybody.
Say that again, Danger.
Yeah.
I think it's a way of taking advantage of people.
What do you mean?
Because there's just people who aren't
the flat Earth theory.
Some of those people, they're just not intelligent enough. They just can't comprehend.
They don't have common sense.
It's like beyond them. So then there's people that'll just like, the Earth's flat. Follow me, and they're like, all right.
How do you think that happens? Okay, so now
that's how cults are made.
Now I feel like we're transitioning to cults. Yeah, we're transitioning to cults now. How do you convince a group of people?
Put on these Cortezes.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
It's subliminal messaging. Like, if you throw out enough things that are little, people will start to gradually grasp onto it and fucking follow it.
I think people just believe. It's crazy to me how naive people can be, because when you convince a motherfucker of something, if they are not aware of society, aware of the facts of life. They're not up on game. Is that the best way to say it? They're gonna believe whatever the fuck you tell them. Just like Charles Manson. That's how he convinced all them fucking people to do all the shit that they did. And David Koresh and fucking who's the nigga that made everybody drink the killer Kool-Aid?
Tom Cruise.
That Scientologist spaghetti monster motherfucker. The spaghetti monster created the world.
No,
you know that, right?
nigga.
You know that, right? The spaghetti monster created the world.
That's them Scientologists.
I can't remember his name, man. But I mean,
know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
He made everybody drink the Kool-Aid.
He created a whole colony of people.
They killed themselves.
It was like what, 1,000 people. Jamie, you know, Moon, you know what I'm talking about. Fucking what the fuck is that nigga's name?
I know who you're speaking on.
Somebody fact check that shit for me, please, because I know it's gonna drive me crazy.
I can't fucking think of it. But the thing, I remember they did a movie on him, and legit, he was sitting in a fucking throne.
God damn.
In the middle of this, like basically like picnic, barbecue type shit, and said, "Everybody pick up your cups, let's take a drink." And then they were forcing their kids to drink this shit.
Wait, hold on. Jim Jones?
Jim Jones. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boom. Shout out to Moon Rock for Jim Jones.
He even like had the parents that were super fucking convinced to make their kids drink this fucking poison fucking Kool-Aid, and then they drank the same shit.
You know what's crazy is the people that had to go over there and clean up that mess, because when they got there, there was literally like hundreds of people that were just dead. That's fucking crazy, man.
And then this fucker's dead. Well, he didn't even drink it.
No.
That wasn't my flavor.
Didn't he kill him? Didn't he shoot himself?
He shot himself.
He shot himself.
But like, the fucked up thing is like, yo, this motherfucker created this whole fucking cult and this whole community, and then said, God told us all to kill ourselves.
You know what? That's another thing that brings me to my another point. The power of the word.
Yo.
The power of the word is fucking real. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, for real. Like, I mean, think about what Hitler did. And I think that might be a little bit extreme to go to Hitler.
But think about how many people he had following him.
They just listen to him.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thousands of people.
Not extreme, bro.
I mean, and millions of people have died.
Black folk.
That's why
that dude said that black folk were the kings and queens of all human existence. That dude looked up to us, which is fucked up. So did fucking crazy ass fucking sadistic Charles Manson.
You know what's crazy? What made me so fascinated with World War II shit is the fact that Hitler was Jewish.
Yep.
Yes.
But he got, and the thing was it was self-hate, and then he got
self-hate.
Bullied a lot.
About being Jewish or what?
Yeah, because he went to school with all these kids that were blonde hair, blue eyed, and he had black hair, brown eyes.
Yeah,
and he was getting. They were stronger than him.
Okay,
and he figured that he needed to become stronger than them, verbally and mentally, to control them. And the only way to control them, it kind of got twisted at some point to where he was like, these people are the original people. And
which is
we
stupid.
need to get back,
which is
to
fucking
the originators.
stupid. Because you know what? If you really did your research, then you know that's not true.
So
okay, and okay, and I don't want to bring this up because I feel like this is really touchy right now. I don't want to bring up Mein Kampf.
Who?
The book that he wrote. That's the book that Hitler wrote.
Oh, okay.
And
it means My Pain or something.
Yeah, Adolf aspired to be better than Stalin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, if you don't know, for the listeners out there, if you don't know who Stalin is,
Joseph.
Yeah, go do your fucking research. These niggas are the most murderous motherfuckers in the world. You know what I'm saying?
You know, like random fact is, so I just took a world history class and we were talking about the first week. We were talking about why white people ended up with more shit, basically, like the Greek Empire and Europeans.
It's the takeover.
And the reason is because of
pillaging and raping and murdering.
Yeah, that shit was fucked up. That's literally their whole fucking history.
You know what? And okay. So, and I don't mean to cut you off because I'm gonna let you finish your shit.
Yeah.
funny thing about it is that white folks are so scared of Hispanics and blacks and Asians, but historically speaking, white people are the craziest motherfuckers on the planet.
Yes.
Like, y'all have done some crazy shit, white folks. White folks, if you're listening out there, you've done some crazy shit.
So the in history, like looking back, the reason why Europeans conquered so much and took over and all that kind of shit is because of when they were evolving from like cavemen and all that kind of shit. They had all of the capabilities to farm, and they had cows, they had goats, they had sheep, they had grains, they had rice, they had beans, they had all this shit that was basically given to them by the land. If you go into any other parts of the world, it's very minimal. Africa was the hardest. You got the crazy ass animals, but the thing was, it was like Africa was that land of eat or be eaten. And
isn't that how life works in general?
Yes, because people are
dog
fucking
eat
assholes.
dog, shark eat shark. You know what I'm saying?
Because
like,
people are fucking assholes.
We're animals too. We have instincts.
Yeah,
it's like
we have animalistic instincts. Like, yo, you can, if you can smell a girl coming from a mile away.
Yeah, exactly.
Have pheromones.
Like,
that's why you get jealous. Like, that's why you get territorial.
Girl, don't hurt anybody with everything.
Like, I can sense my lady. I can sense my lady coming home. I'm like, she's gonna be here in like 5, 4, 3, and boom, garage goes up.
Right.
But the thing is that it was in the environment. They were basically given everything from like birth. Like, it's like being born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
Right.
And
Okay. All right.
the reason why they conquered other countries and spread out, because the Greek Empire and the Roman Empire were the biggest fucking empires of their times.
Not
you know
to
what I
mention
mean?
the Europeans.
Well, nigga, Greek and
Is
Rome
that European?
is in Europe.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Jigga for knowing things.
What about the Mongols? The Mongols almost took over like Asia.
Well, they did, but they were savage.
China.
But the thing was, are you talking about like the fuck's his name? Genghis Khan?
Yeah, he's the one of the dope.
So you want to hear something crazy?
Did
random
Danger
fact?
just say that Genghis Khan is one of the dopest motherfucking conquerors?
He is. Yo, he fucking is.
Yo, but he's still
smart.
a fucking okay.
He's
all right.
smart.
All right.
But
Okay.
his thing was, he cared. Like, after you fell under his rule, he took care of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he took the smart people
it's
from
just
whoever he killed. He would be like, "You're smart. Come with me."
Yeah.
Damn, I never
gathered
heard
knowledge.
anybody say
You wanna
like
hear something
give praise to
fucking-
Genghis Khan.
The craziest
evil
thing.
That's
bastard.
fucking crazy. Wait a minute. Stop.
The craziest thing about Genghis Khan and his army was that if they went into a village, right, and they were raiding the village, they would fucking, instead of killing your cattle, like just straight up like slaughtering them, they would ride their horse right next to that motherfucker and slice a chunk off and eat it.
Jesus Christ.
God damn. He's like, "I'm hungry."
Yeah, that shit's
That's some
fucking
dominance.
crazy.
He's just looking you in the eyes while he does that.
No.
I'm like, bro, take the cow.
But that's why the Chinese had to build the fucking Great Wall, which the Great Wall is fucked up in itself. There's over like 1,000, tens of thousands of bodies inside the Great Wall because they fucking made these motherfuckers work until they died.
Until they died.
And then
Yeah.
they they put bricks on top of their dead bodies.
I remember
Shit, half of that wall's probably like part body, right?
Like,
Couple
probably, yeah.
Shit.
That's not even a brick right there. That's his
That's
face.
a whole skull.
That's 10.
10.
I heard stories about Genghis Khan where he would kill like a whole bunch of people, but they would pile up their bodies and then build a floor on top of them and then eat like lunch there on top of all those dead bodies.
I did hear about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is
But
fucking
the craziest thing, yo, is that
But
like
he's still smart enough to.
like thinking about all that, like back then, like getting back to fucking the galaxy and the universe, is they did everything off of the fucking stars.
Stars traveling, yeah, that's true.
And the fucked up
Constellations and
but,
shit.
But you know how fucking mathematical and wise you have to be? Even though they were fucking savages, these motherfuckers knew if I follow this star 20 miles, I'm gonna end up where the fuck I want to end up.
See, that's where the aliens
do that.
come in. That's what I'm talking about. That's what. So, do you believe that it was another species or another something that taught us how to get our shit together?
I think so, because I think it's one of those things where they just like said, hey, you guys are here, we're here, and then they made it seem like they were just natural shit. Because I mean, at the time, like when all that stuff was being built, all those people were kind of clueless to what else was out there.
Okay.
So if you see a motherfucker, like, it's like you walking down the street and you see a crackhead. But you ain't never seen a crackhead before?
I'm loving the comparison.
You know something's wrong?
No, you just know something's different. You know something's off. The motherfucker don't look right, but then he goes, "What's up, brother?" And you're like,
What's my motherfucking name?
he's like, "What's up, brother?" And you're like, "Sup?"
He goes up, he's like, "What's up, Jigga? What's up?"
How you know my name?
Yo, hold up, nigga. I shoot that motherfucker. Like, he know too much already.
Straight in the chest.
Bah, bah. I don't know what happened. He's a crackhead, man.
Oh my god.
But think about it like that. Like, if you've never seen a crackhead before in your entire life, not on a movie, not on TV, not in person, and you're walking down the street, you just think it's a different person. You think something's off about the person.
Yeah.
So imagine an alien that's humanoid walking up to some random fucking colony of Mayans and Aztecs or Greeks or Egyptians and all that shit, and just saying, hey, I know how to do this. You guys want to learn?
Well, see, and you know what? That's my problem too, is because I watch a lot of TV, yo, and I'll be believing that they already have humanoid aliens walking around amongst us and shit. You know what I mean?
Like Men in Black.
Yeah,
when he's delivering all the mail.
I'm a ghost.
Yeah, like that motherfucker might know something I don't know.
Yo, you know, watching Men in Black, and when that motherfucker was doing that shit with the mail with all his arms and shit, I wanted to go break into the back of a post office
just to check it out,
just to double check.
Somebody open this goddamn box,
because you can never see from the front of what the fuck's going on in the back, but all of a sudden they can fucking walk back there in 2 seconds and grab your shit from the back of this big ass building. Kiss my ass! You don't move that fast, you old lady.
You old alien ass.
You got a broken hip.
Stupid, man.
How the fuck did you run that far that quick?
Moon, what you got, man? What you got to add, man?
Yo, man, I'm just listening to the cool vibes. Yo, I'm building, bro. Like, everybody's making very, very good admirational thoughts.
Okay.
Fucking me up, man.
So I got a question for y'all.
Moon's brain exploded.
Yo.
Jigga, you need a hug and a cupcake, my dude. You need a fucking hug.
Yo, I'd definitely take a hug and a cupcake, nigga. A cupcake sounds dope right now.
Yo.
That's what happens when you go to college.
Yo, hey, in there, bro. That man,
What's my motherfucking name?
Nah, man, like it. The only thing I got for y'all boys, man, is honestly between me and y'all. This is why I chose to name a movie.
Ain't nothing between me and y'all. You know you on the damn podcast right now, right?
You are being recorded. Do not incriminate yourself.
Yeah, for real. Ain't nothing between me and y'all. Just tell us what you got to.
You already know, man. It's this dude by the name of Sun Ra, a.k.a. Sonny Blunt.
Okay.
He denounced his name way back in the day. Amazing freaking jazz artist. One of the best to ever do it. That put on all types of heavy hitters. He always looked up to Egyptology. He denounced his name, Sonny Blunt, to Sun Ra, talking about space is the place. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's a documentary.
Oh hell yeah!
Many books. Like,
where can we find that? Like
YouTube.
YouTube? Okay.
What's the name of the documentary again?
Space is the place.
Space is the place.
Yep.
Okay. That sounds dope
he has
already.
a book, documentary. These chicks back in the 60s, bro, were dressing up in avant-garde gear, like dye, all types of like ill pyramidic like looks, like the whole nine.
Like the original Illuminati.
Right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Before they got manipulated by companies.
Did we talk about this already? Do y'all believe the Illuminati exists?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
I don't think any black people are in it though.
Hell no. Come on, man. That's absurd. All right.
It's some white dude that's been alive for like 2,000 years and still looks 80.
He takes organs
I
from
honestly,
other humans.
I honestly do believe that there's a group out there that is manipulating the powers that be. There might be one black dude in it, but I guarantee you that black dude ain't safe. Maybe one.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a get out situation. There's a white dude in his body. A white dude that took control over his body. That's what that is.
Jigga refuses to believe. He's like, no.
No. Ain't no real brother up in that motherfucker. Or Hispanic, or Mexican, or Latino, or Asian, or fucking.
You know what made me laugh is when they thought that Kanye was in the Illuminati. I was like, really? What kind of stupid motherfucker?
Yeah, Jay-Z.
Like,
Jesus.
Or like the fact that, like, okay, you really think Jay-Z, who was selling fucking crack back in the day,
they were like,
works with a whole organization of fucking old white people to control the world?
Right now.
And Rihanna's in it too?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
What crazy Jamaican ass?
I remember.
I'm gonna tell you right now. For one, I firmly do believe that there is an Illuminati. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I do. I believe it's ran by corporations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's not like, it ain't like, hey Jigga, come over here, Danger, come over here tonight, let's control the fucking world. I think it's very structured. It's not what we think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's more of the Walt Disneys of the world and the motherfucker, like those motherfuckers, the niggas that are really like that own shit. Those are the motherfuckers that are controlling the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it always comes down to money. So whoever's got the most money, those are the motherfuckers that are controlling shit.
The thing
Do you
I
agree?
can't remember. Yeah, I definitely agree. The thing I can't remember the dudes' names, but there's like 5 or 6 dudes that are basically, they run the world. They run agricultural. They run fucking oil. They run gold.
Where does
silver.
Dubai fit in this?
Dubai,
because Dubai is one of the richest fucking places in the world. Okay,
but because Dubai is like basically built on gold.
Okay, so when I ask that question, I mean, where does royalty fit in there? The princes of Dubai and the princes of fucking London, and
I think all of that shit is bullshit.
I think they just do what they want. They're so rich.
I think it's just bullshit.
Those guys.
Because based on like the fact that there's a what the hell was his name? It was a dude he ended up killing his brothers and his cousins and all that shit. Anybody else that was in line for the throne?
Saddam Hussein.
Well, he did it too.
No, I'm just.
But there's no like, it's an Arab country, and the dude basically killed his fucking family so that he would be the only one that could inherit everything, because he didn't want any competition. He was like the middle child.
Why does that
That's
sound
been
so
done so many of times.
Exactly,
yeah, for real. It sounds like that really does sound familiar.
The Romans did it. The Greeks did it. Fucking the English did it. Like almost every country. We're the only the only country that started, and then we got presidents, and it wasn't like handed down from birth. Like, you didn't inherit the country. But England's like that. Fucking.
Okay, so do you
all
believe
these other
that
countries are like that?
Do you believe that a lot of this shit has to do with the unification of certain ethnicities?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
And I think it's a thing like.
And I'm gonna drop a ball on y'all, and I'm gonna ask a real serious question right now, just for the listeners out there, everybody in the room. All right. Asians are very cultural based.
Yeah.
They stick to their unit. Hispanics stick to their unit. White folks, different story. How do you feel about black unification? Do you think it exists?
In America? In America?
Like moon, for real. Do you really think it exists?
Yo.
I'm not gonna front, man. I don't think it exists.
Yo. As I told you last night, you know the conversation we had last night, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The older folk, our grandparents or our parents, yes.
But
our
us
generation,
now,
fuck no.
No, hell
fuck no.
Nah. Because you can walk down the street and say what's up to a brother. A brother to brother, you can say what's up. And depending on how you say it, that fool might try to swing on you.
I actually get
Just
envious.
saying, what's up?
I get envious when I see other cultures that can really like stay connected like that. Because you know what? The funny thing about where we're currently located is that if you're not from here and you happen to run into a brother that is from here, born and raised, you walk past that nigga, he's gonna look at you jealous.
Yeah. And then if you give him the head nod, he thinks you're trying to fight.
No.
Right.
The funny thing about it is if you get the head nod before you give the head nod, you'll know that nigga's not from here either.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, okay, what's up, man? How you doing? You know what I mean?
But if it's somebody that's from here, yo, because I mean, not like people step up and say shit out here, but if it's a brother that's born and raised out here and I walk by him and I'm like, what's up, man? The dude will look at me like I just fucking spoke fucking Chinese or some shit. Like, hold on, what the fuck? Did that nigga say konnichiwa? No offense to Chinese people, I just can't speak that shit. That shit is complicated as fuck.
All right, yo, let's get off of that shit, man.
But yeah,
hold up,
my fault. What you got, Moon?
No, I was just gonna say that, yo, it makes no sense to me that, like you said, within Asian countries, they're heavily into hip hop. They're heavily into black culture.
Oh hell yeah, I've experienced that whole shit.
Most definitely.
Yo, Moon, while I was in Japan for 2 years, I experienced more hip hop respect from pure Japanese people than like they will in the bars. They will play old school hip hop. They will throw KRS-One on randomly.
Well,
you'll be like, what the fuck?
Everybody overseas, that's all they fuck with. All the stuff that we play in the States, all this bullshit, you're not gonna hear niggas listening to fucking Drake overseas. You're not gonna hear.
Hold up, yes you will.
No, fuck that, nigga. Fuck.
You won't hear them listen to fucking Lil Yachty's bitch ass.
No.
You won't hear them in their car. That shit might play in a club because
you're
they
not
know
gonna hear them
Americans are in
listening
the room.
to either one of them.
Let's play him that little.
God damn, are we gonna just diss hip hop all of a sudden? Because I can start a whole nother fucking conversation.
No,
about
we need
that
to get back
shit.
on track. Get back on track.
Hip hop in space.
Hip hop in space. Hip hop anonymous.
That's my next album.
Yo,
hip hop hippopotamus.
Yo, hold on, wait. Yo, my man, you just put a whole new fucking pause on the game, dog. Hip hop on space, bro.
Fucking danger.
Crazy. That's fucking raw, bro.
Yo, that's like it's the Lupe track. Have you heard that?
Lupe Fiasco?
Yeah, it's a Lupe track where it's him talking about getting basically forced to fucking steal a car with this chick and all kinds of shit and shoes, and then fucking they somehow end up stealing a fucking spaceship. And he says, "Hold up, my nigga, we in space." Like,
Is that the one that I sent you, Planet Negro or Black Planet?
No, I don't know what the fucking name of the song is. I just remember the fucking song.
Yo, so I don't know if y'all have seen this. I think I sent it to all y'all. There's a YouTube movie. It's a movie, and it's on YouTube. I said that already, but I can't remember the name of it. It's called Planet Negro or Black Planet or some shit like that.
Both
have you seen that?
Correct.
Yeah,
it's fucking hilarious.
Sounds like Mars to me, nigga.
It's fucking hilarious. No. Check it out. So it's like, have you ever seen Lost in Space?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so it's like a black version of Lost in Space.
Oh damn.
And the robot, as opposed to being a robot with a British accent, the robot got this mammy.
He said, "What up, cuz?"
No. I'm dead ass. No, I'm dead ass. It has that voice. It comes out, "Oh, mammy, oh Lord," you know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to do this. It's just waking it, shaking his hands and shit. Oh my God, yo! If y'all have, I'm gonna look that up.
To find that one,
I gotta look that up. I can't remember the name of the movie, but
let me see if I can find it. While y'all talk, I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Yo, that shit was dope, man. I saw that shit and I thought it was a joke at first, and I'm like sitting there watching it, and I was like, why is this robot talking like that? And I'm thinking like, damn, is this motherfucker? He was programmed as a slave.
Found it.
You found it? What was it? Destination Planet Negro.
There it is.
That's fucking crazy.
Yo, here's a question for all y'all.
Okay.
What do you think is the real premise behind this whole Afro-punk shit going on? Like, Afropunk.com. All these cats just are so-called getting on the whole bandwagon of, oh my God, I'm collegiate, I'm hip to the game, I'm thinking about outer body experiences and shit like that, moon stars and all this. I think it's a fucking fraud, bro.
Explain Afropunk to me. Do you know what that is, Danger?
I'm gonna look it up.
Afropunk is all about, Anomaly. You already know how I grew up.
Yes,
you grew up the same way.
Yes, yes,
Cats
sir.
that are into so-called non-so-called quote unquote black shit.
What do you mean?
Like Marilyn Manson, like Rob Zombie, all types of shit like that.
I dig both of the motherfuckers that you just said.
Right, for sure.
For the listeners out there, I'm very much a rock fan, and I dig Rob Zombie, and Marilyn Manson is probably one of my top 10 rock artists of all fucking time. So shout out to Marilyn Manson.
For sure. But now there's this whole platform kicking out within the whole past.
Like they have a festival.
7 years now, basically. Yeah.
That's
there's a lot of cats that are involved in, we're avant-garde type cats, like we're into so-called different shit. My question to all the viewers and all the listeners are, what makes you so-called higher echelon? What is, basically what I'm saying is, what is black, what is white? Like,
there's no difference between any human being besides pigmentation, and that is a genetic trait that only lies in one fucking chromosome.
Well, I mean,
and that's it.
Yeah, but we're talking about society here.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right. Society doesn't see it that way.
It should.
It should. Yes, it should. But it's not. It's never gonna see it that way. There's always gonna be separation.
I feel like it's a little more.
There's a thing.
There's always going to be separation,
and it's mainly based on fear.
Yeah, yeah.
The reason why. I mean, like I already explained, white people basically were born with all the shit to fucking thrive and survive. Their nationality and their culture was the European were already born with everything they needed. They had grains, they had the food, they had everything they needed to survive and make more, and then spread. The thing that we did was because we lacked all of that shit. Like we didn't have cows and fucking rice and like all this extra shit that they had. We fucking survived minority cultures, Asian, African, Hispanic, Latino, Hispanic, Spanish, like
Irish,
Jewish. Yeah, we made our lives off of struggling to survive. We fought to live. They fought to spread.
What you got,
Hold on. I'm a battling on that, bro. I love you to death. I'm a battle you on that. All because here's the thing: us as people need to realize our minds span from ghettos to galaxies. Yeah. So therefore, we're already on Mars. Yeah. We can see that shit all because of the so-called structure we've had within our upbringings.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna disagree with you on that. We
Jay
teach
just pretty
our
much
young.
acknowledged that is white privilege.
Yeah, they were born with a silver spoon. Their society was born with a silver spoon. They spread throughout the fucking world and fucked everybody else up that was already struggling but thriving in their own sense.
True.
Because Egyptians were Africans and they had fucking the dopest fucking. Those were the first motherfuckers to have gold chains.
Yeah. True.
And then the fucking Roman Empire came in and fucked up their whole fucking civilization.
But let me ask you
Why
this.
do I feel like I
I'ma
just
ask you
pictured a
this,
whole bunch
though.
of Egyptians walking around like Slick Rick?
Lottie Dottie.
Who likes to potty?
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you this, bro.
What?
Why is it that nowadays, within 2016 is when this thing just got started off? You got Antifa and Black Bloc.
Say that one more
Within
time.
all these within 2016 until now, you got these crews called Antifa and Black Bloc.
Okay.
What the fuck is that?
Within
I've heard of Antifa.
The fuck is
Antifa?
It's like a
Antifa is basically a political group.
Yeah.
Black Bloc is
Okay.
the
They
so-called
get kind of violent though, right?
All right, and I'm not gonna cut you off. I want you to finish, but this is gonna bring me to my next point, and I know everybody in the room has something to say about this shit. So go ahead and continue, man.
Yo, all day. Black Bloc is the so-called super militant hyper group of the bunch. Both were so-called white groups, but they are fighting towards so-called black equality. But then all this bullshit going on within Trump era, you barely see like.
No, we call him
recently-
Voldemort. We call him
we don't-
Voldemort.
we don't
on him.
mention that name on here, man.
Who shall not be named.
Got you. Within all this shit going on nowadays, you got this crew, the second group I named. You got these cats out here just like one-on-one, just like villaging, just like hard body, like towards no other. You barely see any of us out here on these streets like fighting these cats. These cats are out here fighting for us.
Well, see, that
So-
comes back to
pretty dope.
unification.
Yeah, and that's the thing that like.
If we're not unifying, then it's not gonna happen.
And that's the thing that I think
Right.
it's funny. Like I said, it's all based on fear.
Okay.
And not knowing, and not
right.
understanding. The lack
Bro.
of understanding creates fear.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna cut
Exactly.
you. Okay, so this brings me to my next point. These fucking movements out here, the cancel culture.
Yeah.
The fuck is with that, man? You can't do nothing nowadays.
I think it's
There's a
called-
fucking movement for everything, and it's
There-
fucking driving me crazy.
Hold
I don't.
There was a term for that in the 90s. It's called dick riding.
What's my motherfucking name?
That's why you need a hug and a cocaine, my nigga.
I'm just saying, yo, like all these people,
I get it.
They do this shit.
You're always gonna have haters. You're
Yes.
always
They
gonna
do this
have
shit, and
haters
instead of
now.
people just fucking shutting up and doing what the fuck you want to do with your life, you're worried about what everybody else fucking thinks.
That's why we can't though. We just have to like, ignore them.
Well, yo, I mean, shit. Nigga, I am a black veteran, and I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks about me. The only people I care about, their opinions, and even still, I don't take them to fucking heart all the time. It's like, I don't know, nigga.
I'll work on it.
You didn't say that right. And
I'll
that's,
work on that.
That is my brother Anomaly and my mama, and that's it. Everybody else can kiss my entire black ass. That's gonna be my new fucking catchphrase. Kiss my entire black ass.
We need to
Because
sound
yo,
like
like,
that.
it's the
brother.
thing. It's
No.
Hey, I ain't say kiss my butthole. I say kiss my ass.
There's a difference.
Asshole.
There ain't no tossing salads up in here. But the thing
No,
is like,
but
go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead, bro.
No,
You
I'm
got it.
saying the thing is that like people, they get these perceptions based on movies, and they get these perceptions based on music, and they think that everybody is like genuinely trying to fuck up the world that is a minority. And it turns to this thing, and that's when it goes back to like just genetics, yo. There's only one difference in every human body as far as the way it works, and that's just your pigmentation. Everything else about your culture and the way you talk is where you're from, the people you're around, and that's it. It's not like you're fucking born talking like fucking Snoop Dogg.
Right.
You can't. This nigga didn't come out and fucking say for shizzle my nizzle.
But I feel
I'm
like
back in the hizzle.
I feel like for guys like normal guys, it's easy. But we need like people who actually are famous and who have like a voice. like Dave Chappelle, we need them to be like him and to not wimp out, because everybody does wimp out. Everybody's
Like, yo,
so PC.
he already got all kinds of backlash about his last fucking.
But that's good. Like, I hope he keeps it up.
Oh hell yeah, he don't give a fuck.
That's what,
Yeah, he
exactly.
shouldn't give a fuck.
That's what we need.
All the
That's what
shit.
makes Dave Chappelle Dave Chappelle.
Special.
Yeah, yeah.
There's not a lot of people like that.
Shout out to Dave Chappelle. That's my
For real.
nigga.
Hell yeah. There's not a lot of people who say how they feel. They'll say how they need what they need to say just to not be in the spotlight in a bad way.
And that's the thing is like it's
Yo, that's a lie, bro. Yo, we here. We're doing it now.
yeah.
You know what?
There's many
It's
people
cats
like
like
that.
Dave
Literally what we're
Chappelle.
doing right now.
It's cats like Dave Chappelle.
I'm talking
and,
about the high up guys like that.
I'm talking about Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, guys like that.
Bill Burr does not
Fucking
afraid
Joe
to-
Rogan.
The comedians are the only ones that aren't afraid to say what they gotta say.
Because the thing is about the thing you have to remember with comedy is you cannot be fucking sensitive, and everybody's so fucking sensitive now.
And you know what? He even mentioned that. Like, he's like, yo, if you don't want to hear what I gotta say, don't click on my face on Netflix, bitch.
Turn me off,
You know
nigga.
what I mean?
Turn the channel. That's what
Eddie
it's always
Griffin said
said.
it too. That's my dude right there.
Yeah, he's
Eddie
rad.
Griffin, that's my guy.
I always think of Eddie Griffin in the hot tub eating.
Dave Chappelle is our generation's.
Yo, you a fool for that one, dog.
When he takes the tomato out.
Yo, Dave Chappelle, I
Griffin's
think,
dope,
I
though.
guarantee, yo, everybody in this room can agree that Dave Chappelle is our generation's comedian.
Yeah,
He is,
Really,
he is
for real.
our Richard Pryor.
No, because we grew up on Richard. We grew up on Eddie. We grew up on.
But I'm saying this generation's Richard Pryor.
Yeah, he's just yeah. You're right. Yeah, for real.
He's the one that doesn't give a fuck. He will say whatever the fuck he wants to say, and
Oh, yeah.
doesn't care how you feel about it. And then the best part is that he's in an interracial relationship. He's
Yeah,
married
his
to an
wife
he's
is
married to a
Asian, right?
Filipino.
Yeah,
Filipino. Yeah,
That's why he. That's why he even said in one of his specials, "Yo, that's why you always see him at that fucking Filipino movie awards and shit." He's like,
like,
"What the
"See you
fuck
in
anybody
summer."
saying?"
I think it's funny that he be having those debates with his wife and shit, talking about why there's so many lady boys over there in the Philippines.
Yo, the Asian niggas. When I went over to the Philippines, man, like I was just like, yo, like wow.
You went to the Philippines?
Yeah, many years ago when I was 17. Yeah.
Oh shit. That
pretty
must have
cool.
been
Yo.
awkward.
Man, no, not really, yo. They black men, we love you. Ha, hee, ha.
Yeah, of course they. Of
Yo.
course they love us.
Yo, they
We love you long time.
Right, for sure. Yo, they niggas.
Yeah, that's why you gotta be careful.
Hard body.
That's why people try to take me over there to be like, "Hey, let's like go to the Philippines." I'm like,
Okay, so this is a little delicate. All right, I'm gonna throw this at y'all. What do y'all think about the Me Too movement and the Time's Up movement?
I'm not fucking with it. I fucking hate that shit towards all
what is
fucking.
the Time's Up
oh my
movement?
God.
I never heard of that one.
What is the Time's Up movement?
Okay, so the Time's Up movement is pretty much the same as the Me Too movement.
Wrap that gavel up, B.
Y'all niggas are gonna get me fucking canceled. Yo, so the Me Too movement is a movement where most of these, okay, so all of the
People that have been sexually assaulted or calling people out.
Yes.
And mainly celebrities.
Yes.
What the fuck is the Time Out movement? Fuck.
Time's Up.
alright.
It's
Time's
pretty
up.
much the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing. Just
Time's
two
up.
two different groups.
They just used a different catchphrase.
Yeah.
Time's up.
Time's up. Me too.
Jeopardy music.
But anyways,
done.
To be serious about it, what is it?
Okay, so it's a movement where, yeah, pretty much they're calling out all of these guys on sexual assault, harassment from years in the past. You know what I mean?
Like Time's Up, y'all ass need to go to jail or what?
Yeah, but I mean, see, okay, this isn't my basis. Isn't this movement? It's the fact that there's so many of them now that they like. What are we talking about? They had the one where it was pedophiles that were
trying
doing.
to get a bill passed to where it was legal for them to sleep with children.
Yes.
I don't like that sentence.
I don't like that sentence either.
Look at my face, nigga. I wish the audience could see my fucking face. I would punch the shit out of a nigga. If he came to my fucking door, I would be like, yeah, hold on, I'll sign it.
Okay.
And then I'll go grab my gun and I'm going to shoot that nigga right in the fucking leg.
So this is the trail that led to that shit. It was Me Too first. It was Time's Up.
No.
Then the transgender.
You got to go back.
No, the transgenders started coming out with theirs.
You got to go back.
There's so many
the transgender.
There's so many different groups of people that.
Okay, hold on. Because I do have transgender friends.
Ain't nobody dissing
But
transgenders.
I'm saying their shit was first. Before the Me Too and all that shit.
Okay.
It was just like the
Maybe it didn't have as much
the gay
traction.
pride movement. Like
Okay.
being able to legally marry somebody of the same sex wherever the fuck you want to marry them at.
Yo, dude, I like you, man. Yeah, yo, homie, I like you too. Let's get married.
Why don't you just kiss me already, nigga?
Yo,
Shut up and kiss me, man.
Pause.
Damn
But
it. Damn
I
it,
feel like I just
Damn it, Falcon.
that was
But the thing is that these people they took genuine, actual problems that other people in society were having. If you identify as a man and you're a woman legally, or if you identify as a woman and you're a man legally, respect that shit. Let them do what the fuck they want to do, yo. You ain't
totally
my mama,
agree with
nigga.
you. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
Yeah,
it's none of your
as long as
fucking
you're
business what somebody else is doing.
The problem with all these fucking movements now is that it's fucking anybody thinks that they can be whatever the fuck they want to be. Nigga, if I identify as a fucking rhino, what the fuck? If I identify as a fucking rhino, you cannot put a rhino on my fucking driver's license.
Fuck you guys, I'm a gorilla.
Yo, for real. But I'm saying that's the thing is that there's these people that are fucking coming up with these dumbass fucking movements all the fucking time,
right?
That don't make sense and that are immoral, fucking degrading, and bullshit.
And I think,
but you can't tell
it's
them
people
that.
taking advantage.
I will tell that motherfucker that.
Okay,
all
all
right.
right,
It's not
all
gonna
right.
change them. They're not gonna. There's no.
I'll stomp his ass out.
Yo, okay. So one thing that I have a problem with, one thing that I have a problem with the Me Too movement is that I do understand that there's a lot of females out there that feel like that shit should be exposed. Like these niggas should be exposed. I got that. But then you got some that are jumping on the bandwagon and they're taking advantage and they're accusing motherfuckers of doing shit today.
And that's just like
one of the females that was a part of the Me Too movement accused Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
Did you hear that shit?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And then
come on, man.
And then
really
fight him off.
At all? Yeah, for real. Ain't no female that's gonna be intimidated by Aziz.
He's 5'4".
That motherfucker is like 4'8".
Right, yo.
But the thing is that he still, if he had did that, he still wouldn't have got his fucking Netflix special right after.
True.
Because they fucking pulled
Danny Masterson. They pulled him.
They pulled fucking
good. Yo, Danger. That was a fucking new because I forgot about him.
The redhead dude.
And he's been gone since then though.
What redhead dude?
The comedian that you just said his name.
Not Bill Burr.
No.
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. As soon as all that shit came out, and he didn't even like physically sexually assault. He just did some weird shit.
Yo,
but
yeah, yo, for the listeners out there,
hang up the phone.
Yo, for the listeners out there,
you back.
I don't know if you know what Louis C.K. did, but go do your research. We're not going to talk about that one.
But I'm saying, like, as soon as like all those accusations came out during the Me Too movement, they immediately pulled his shit. They canceled his fucking show. They canceled his special. They fucking burned that motherfucker.
Yo, James Franco's part of that group too. Have you heard from Franco lately?
Nah.
Yo, he got part of that group. Russell Simmons, that nigga got
I believe that though.
Did y'all hear? You believe Russell Simmons?
Believe Russell Simmons did it.
Moon, did you hear about the Russell Simmons accusations?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now y'all both
Have you
know
ever
that this
heard
nigga's
Russell
out of the,
Simmons talk?
Yo, y'all know this nigga's out of the country now, right?
Yeah, that nigga ran
Yo, that
immediately.
motherfucker
Where's he,
bolted.
Argentina?
No, he went somewhere where he couldn't be extradited.
Argentina.
Cuba.
Right.
Where the fuck is he at? I don't know where he's at right now, but that nigga dead.
He's in
Russia.
That motherfucker vanished
Shit,
and he had the
probably.
money
He's
to do
probably
it.
chilling with fucking what's his name?
Snowden.
Yeah. Them niggas smoke Snowden and Russell Simmons smoking a blunt right now.
That U.S. shit's crazy, right?
Yo. I got a question for all y'all.
Alright.
Here's my question about this. The whole Me Too movement, the whole nine. This shit don't make sense to me. Like, literally, it fucks me up. Here's my thing.
Okay.
How are all these cats, all these women, so-called, oh, I'm going towards women and all this. You got umpteen kids, no black men or available black men or shit, da-da-da, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
How the fuck does this happen? How did you even bring yourself into the equation of having kids with a so-called man but just switch sides so quickly after you just consider yourself, oh, black men ain't shit, da-da-da, or no, fuck black men in general.
Are you saying, like, you talking about, like, these women that they have all these, like, kids by these random dudes and then they accuse some rich dude? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
What are you talking about?
I'm just talking about all these random dudes they've had kids by, and just out of nowhere the next day or whatever, like, shit, like, fuck 24 hours, 12 hours.
Okay, Moon, you talking about double standards now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing is, so, hold on.
I feel like we should wait on that one.
No. So I got a quick answer for you. So,
Okay.
The thing is that you gotta also think, like, we all love women. We respect women.
Mm-hmm.
We respect women. And
Right.
The
But hold
thing
on.
is,
Hold
hold on,
on.
wait.
I'm gonna hold you on this.
Let me finish my
All right,
thought.
go ahead. All right.
So, when these women, some of these women, yes, they're being shady and they're doing all these other extra things. But the thing is that you got to realize that men, as a species, we have a certain power.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And it's not fair. It's not right all the time. It's not really right anyway. We should all be on the same fucking level playing field.
Right.
We was raised by a single mother that would work 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs.
Y'all need to hold this one.
But
Y'all need to hold this one.
No. I'm gonna finish my fucking thought.
Finish that shit so we can get to the next one.
The thing I'm saying is that these dudes that are in these positions of power with money is they convince and make these women feel inferior when this shit happens to them.
God damn it, Jigga.
And it's not right, and they fucking manipulate it. Like, it's like
It's not even powerful dudes.
Well, it's like a pedophile. Like a pedophile.
anything.
It's like a pedophile. The main thing you hear is that the kid is always threatened with, nobody's gonna believe you.
That's
because
true.
of who I am.
That's what they always say.
So it's the same thing for these women that are going through it. The fucked up part is that, for one, women that are coming out and saying that they have been raped or sexually assaulted by somebody that is in power, they should not be put into a Me Too movement fucking category. That should not be a fucking thing. That's really fucking illogical, because they're putting themselves on a like out for
In
the
the
world
spotlight.
to fucking see.
Yeah.
And
So you think there's attention seeking?
No.
It puts a target on the back in a bad way.
Okay. I'm saying that they're taking a risk by saying that somebody did something bad to them, and people decided to call it the Me Too fucking movement, or the fucking, what the fuck was the other one?
Time's Up.
Time's Up.
There's
like,
always-
no, yo, like, if people are doing this shit, yeah, come out with that shit, and then send their ass to jail so they can go feel how it see how it fucking feels. Because I guarantee, because we all know that if a rapist goes into jail, what's the first thing that's about to happen to that motherfucker?
That nigga's gonna get raped.
Like a
medicine.
motherfucker. And the guards will fucking help.
Yep.
And let them niggas into that nigga's cell.
Yep.
So, that's all I gotta say about that.
That's all I have to
But
say
I mean,
about that.
I understand it. I understand that. I'm definitely picking up what you're putting down for sure. But you got a whole bunch of narcissists out here that are just like, yo, like,
they're using them.
There's
taking advantage,
trying to get some money.
Yeah, taking advantage.
And that's like,
but who?
But you
But
know
who
what?
did they
Okay, so
learn
all right,
from?
so since we're gonna talk about this, don't y'all believe that it should be treated fairly across the board? Like, okay, so
man can get raped
if Bill,
by a woman.
no. If Bill Cosby is already in prison for fucking roofing 150 fucking females, you know what I'm saying? Then why isn't Weinstein in? Why isn't Kevin Spacey in?
Because they're white.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm talking about. If you're
No
gonna do
offense,
these movements, that's
I
how bullshit
have
these
white
movements
friends.
are.
I have white friends, but acknowledge the fact that there
It
is a
should be
true white
treated,
fucking privilege.
No, it should. Yeah, exactly. It should be treated fairly across the board.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think R. Kelly's ass should be in. Like, how the fuck is this nigga still free?
Where the fuck is he? Where the fuck? I think he is in jail. ain't he?
We talked
He's
about
been
this.
in and out of jail.
But
They
no, I'm
just
saying
keep
right
locking him
now.
up and then
Why
letting him out
did we
and
give him a pass?
Wait, what?
Why did we give R. Kelly a pass?
I thought you said you were giving him a
Okay,
pass.
all right,
I was
Moon,
like,
all
hold
right,
up.
all right, Moon, all right.
He made I believe like a fly.
No. Moon knows that we shouldn't have been giving R. Kelly a pass for a long time.
Yo, nigga, have nobody seen that fucking Boondocks episode?
Fuck that. No, I'm
Yes.
talking about the fact. Okay, so before social media,
I piss
before
on you.
Facebook, before all of those outlets that you could access people to, me and this nigga remember when we saw him marry R. Kelly. Aaliyah.
And she was 16?
15.
15.
You know what I'm saying?
15.
And this is
And
before
didn't he
everybody was
forge-
covered.
Didn't they forge?
Yes,
he
yes,
forged,
they forged the documents.
Yes.
to
Now-
say that her parents agreed to it,
Yes.
or some bullshit like that.
Yes.
Now,
Don't let me see R. Kelly. I'll drop kick the fuck out of that.
No,
nigga.
that's just no. Check me out. Even back before camera phones and the movements and all of that shit, we knew something was wrong there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
everybody fucking knew.
Because you're like, damn, yo. So when all of this shit
Because
came
I
out,
was like, what, 7, 8?
yeah, you was little, man.
So do you guys think that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?
Who?
That's the dude that's the dude that
I
was
think he
just
did.
in-
I think he did.
That's the dude that what?
that was just in jail for like pedophilia.
I think he
And
did.
he had-
Yeah.
You think he
did.
killed himself?
He had books with all kinds of like government people that were in this circle of like pedophiles.
I think Jared Fogle should jump into that list too.
but I don't think. And then right before his trial,
Wait, so he had books with basically the top secret information in it
he like
about
wrote,
all the fucking pedophile rings.
I don't. Yeah, something.
Because I was in the military, yo. I worked at a fucking prison, a brig, for the military, and we had fucking literally 90% pedophiles, rapists.
90%.
90% out of the
fucking
40
insane.
that were in there while I worked there, and I was a
90% is
counselor.
fucking insane.
And I was a counselor, and there was a dude.
How do you even talk to those guys?
No, hell no, I don't fucking talk. I had to talk to him because I have to
fuck did you
ask how
say?
they feel. How they feel? Are
that's
they
a-
being treated okay? Are you getting enough water? And the whole time in my head, I'm like, nigga, I wish I had a gun. I'd fucking murder you.
Damn.
That's just
Because I was these people's counselor. I had to talk to them and make sure that they felt comfortable. They were being taken
You
care
had
of.
to ask pedophiles if they felt comfortable.
Yes,
Yeah,
That was my fucking
I
job.
couldn't do that job.
nigga, look at my face.
No.
Are you getting enough water?
Like I look like I just got tased. Just for the listeners, so y'all can just imagine somebody getting tased and their eyes going real wide. Yeah, no. Me sitting here having to sit across the desk and be like, "Hey, are the guards treating you well? Are you getting the proper sustenance that you need to survive? Is your blanket working for you?" That bullshit like that.
Yo,
And
let's
then knowing that this motherfucker this shit. What I'm saying
let's
is
switch
that's bullshit.
Let's switch modes. I don't want
Let's
to talk
go
about
back
pedophiles.
to the fucking-
Yeah, let's
go back to the universe.
Does anybody believe in time travel?
Ooh, that one's shaky.
Yes.
That one's shaky.
Why wouldn't
I
they
feel like
already
it's
be here?
dangerous.
Yeah, you create
No.
another.
No.
It's
Fucking
like
up
the
the
butterfly
space-time
effect.
continuum and shit.
It's like the butterfly effect. Because I'm not going into the past.
What if you're just going into a different
Why not?
universe?
What do you mean? Why not?
Why not?
Yo,
Why not?
wait. Moon asked me why not. Okay, now Danny and me have had this fucking conversation a million times, and
Me too,
every
nigga.
time he asked me, I'm like, yo, I guess I might travel back in time to the 70s where it was safe, but anything before that, yeah, it ain't safe for me.
I'm not going back
That's
to
the
the 70s
answer I
either.
was looking for.
And then
Yo, the-
Nigga, didn't Rodney
the
King
moon.
happen in like fucking 89?
And I don't.
Nigga,
Yo,
I'm not going back further than 98.
Ooh, damn, yo, fuck that, bro. Yo, 98 was fucking crazy.
That nigga ain't going past 98.
Hell no.
Jesus Christ.
I ain't going before I was born, nigga. I was born right in the middle of some bullshit too.
Yeah,
The Berlin Wall came down what, a year before I was born?
Yeah, 2
Yo.
years. 2 years. Yeah.
Like, nah, fuck that.
That's crazy.
And that was all white folks.
I give you that. Yo, I man, listen, the 70s, that may have been that vintage point, man. Everybody was getting along. Everybody was down and out, just like.
That's before they fucking made weed illegal.
Really?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't illegal. It wasn't legal, but it wasn't illegal. It was a fucking plant. Nigga.
Okay. So
it.
the crazier question for you is, you definitely don't want to travel back into the past, but how far would you travel into the future?
Might not be so far.
I would go probably
like what if it was like crazy apocalyptic shit going on, and like
as
20 years from now,
as long as that time machine can go back, nigga, and I can hit rewind, I'm fine. I'd go 500 years.
You know what's messed up about time travel? Is it supposed to teleport you from the same exact spot to the same exact spot?
Yeah.
It changes everything.
Yeah, but because the Earth won't be in the same spot when you unless you time travel perfectly. You'd have to time travel to the day to make it specific.
And the thing on top of that, you'd have to do though. That's why like a time machine basically is supposed to put in all of that information, because nigga, it's a machine, it's a computer. It's supposed to do all the math for you. All you have to do is put in a date.
Moan, if you had a choice, would you go back?
But if the date's wrong, it would have to round up or round down.
That's why it's a computer, nigga. It has the entire the theory for time travel is that a time machine would have to be able to calculate the rotation of the Earth, its rotation in the solar system, on top of
its rotation in the galaxy.
Yeah. So it would have to calculate all of that shit off of the knowledge that we already know.
Okay, so I got a question. I got a question for everybody in the room. Jigga, if you had the choice to go forward or backward, where would you go?
Forward. And I already said I ain't going back past 98.
What's my motherfucking name?
Danger.
I'd probably go forward.
Danger.
But I don't
But
know
you could look white, man. You could make it.
But I don't want to go. I don't want to go back
Yo,
where there's
real.
no electricity. It's like nah.
Moon, what you think,
They're
man?
shitting in buckets.
Nigga don't have Wi-Fi.
Moon,
You
would
guys
you
got
go?
Wi-Fi here?
Moon,
King Arthur.
Moon, would you go forward or backward?
Right now.
You wouldn't want to travel in time?
Now it's where it starts, bro.
He said I'm good.
I'm curious. I'm too nosy when it comes to shit like that.
How far ahead would you travel?
I said like nigga 500 years. I want to see where we're at then.
What if we're gone?
Damn.
If we're gone, then I'm gonna hit that back button and come right back. That's why I
Ain't
said
nothing
it's
but roaches and nuclear debris and shit.
Giant roaches
But
fucking
I'm
throwing up gang
questioning you.
signs. Oh, that's a bad roach, eh?
But yo, my man, I'm a question you on that, all because who's to know when this is your final call? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can get that. I get that. But at the same time, I think it would be dope to go, like, say if you went ahead 500 years, right? And then you see how, like, the shit actually looks like the fucking Jetsons, for real.
Yo, that's my favorite cartoon, dog.
Like, if you fucking go forward in time and you see fucking flying cars and fucking floating buildings and all that kind of shit.
I don't think flying cars will ever exist.
I feel like you're gonna get.
They do have flying cars.
No, I don't think.
Yes, they do.
Who?
They actually built one.
But I feel like you're gonna end up in a Mad Max future, not a Jetsons
exactly.
future.
But that's also a possibility. That's also a possibility. But at the same time, they ain't gonna have ammo.
All right.
I'm gonna come with ammo.
I'm gonna be a little logical with y'all for a second. I don't know how much our society will progress in the next 500 years. But I'm gonna tell you right now, with the DUI rate the way it is, flying cars ain't fucking happening.
Hell no, you just see that shit falling out the sky
You know
out
what
of
I'm
nowhere.
saying? Niggas killing fucking pedestrians that are walking on the street and shit.
Yeah, but they have self-driving cars. I'm sure they'll have
Yo,
safety.
and you know how many
That
there's been
motherfucker's already
accidents with
crashing
that.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Motherfucker decided to try and take a nap in traffic, and then traffic sped up.
It's only gonna get better.
What's my
Technology's
motherfucking
only gonna
name?
get better.
It's only gonna get better.
Yo.
Think about technology.
What? Driving drunk is only gonna get better.
Think about how no, just the technology.
It's only gonna get better.
Think about how much technology has changed in the last 100 years. Would you
Think
even wanna
about
go
how
back
much has
100?
changed in the last fucking 15 years.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine,
Niggas still don't know how to drive.
So imagine in 30
Yeah,
years.
and we've had cars for how fucking long?
Imagine 500 years. We haven't had cars for 500 years.
Oh my god.
When the fuck was the first car invented?
That was
19 aught.
that 19.
It was 1800s.
1908.
It was like 1800s or some shit.
That was a horse carriage.
It was the Model T, yo. Look up the Model T, man. I gotta take off for a second. Look up the Model T.
Model T.
Oh, man.
Mom brought up the fucking Model T. Probably.
She wanted to buy one.
No offense, Mom, if you ever listen to this. 1908, my fault. It was almost 1800s.
Damn.
But 1908. So we've had cars for 100 and what's that? 9 years? 110 years? 11? 111?
What year was
1111. That was when the
crazy.
Model T was invented. It was 1908.
Damn.
And it lasted until fucking 1927. So they had one style car for fucking 27 years.
Damn.
And I think that shit only went like 40 miles an hour at the most. Like that was like maxed out and shit. And that shit weighed fucking.
Imagine having one of those back then though. You're speeding at 40. You're like,
That'd be my dumb ass, yo. We sitting there fucking driving that shit, just drifting.
that'd be sick.
What year was it again?
1908 was when the Model T was
Did I
invented.
say that shit? Did I call that?
I think so.
I think I said 1908.
I don't know, nigga.
I think I
I
said
barely listen to you.
1908.
I barely listen to your ass.
I
don't
know you do, you ignorant bastard.
1908 is what you said, sir.
Oh my god.
That's dope.
That was a weird fucking guess.
This nigga made a heart with the weed.
For real.
That's a heart right there.
No, that's a reef.
Nah, nigga. Look in the center. That shit look like a fucking heart.
Yo, anybody got anything else to add tonight?
Yo,
Where do we go from here?
Where do we go? Where do we
The
go?
thing is,
We done
as-
talked about all kind of weird shit.
So, all right. So, like, what the fuck was it? Life was the movie where it was Ryan Reynolds was in
and
it.
Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah. Yeah.
Like
You think that's next?
the do you think that there's a species of symbiotes out there?
Okay, all right, wait.
Parasites.
All right, Moon, have you seen the movie Life?
Yes.
You know which one I'm talking about, Ryan Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal?
Not Eddie
Yes.
Murphy and Martin Lawrence.
Yes.
Okay, this is going to be a little spoiler alert, but
This movie's been out for fucking how many years?
yeah, you should be on top
There's no
of it by
fucking
now.
spoiler alert.
Okay, so the movie is about this team of astronaut scientists that discover bacteria on
symbiote.
Mars. No, it was a bacteria at first.
Oh yeah.
It was a bacteria, and they started testing on it, and it started adapting to its environment, and it became this fuck. Okay, yo, so this was supposed to be the initial jump off for Venom.
Yeah, but it didn't. It didn't really make sense.
Yeah, it didn't, but
It was. I think that was just a fan theory.
But my point here is that we can go and discover some shit on another planet, and it might not be something that we need to be bringing back to the fucking Earth.
It doesn't have to be something we can see.
Well, that's the thing is like, yo, okay. So when scientists run experiments like on Earth, they keep whatever it is in its natural environment when they do their experiments. They either make like what's it called, like a mimicry of like what, like, so if it's like a fish, they'll fucking put it in water in a tank and then do their experiments in there. If it's something that fucking lives in the dirt, they'll fucking do that.
Do
know
you
what I mean?
think it's right for us to be experimenting on shit like that?
No.
No. Fuck no.
But how do we gain knowledge? That's a contradiction.
Wait till like it's like what
It is
how, it's,
helping.
so it's like how we study our bodies. Scientists, the way they study human bodies is they have volunteers and
When you
test
die?
subjects and shit like that. And when you die, they cut your ass open and then fucking look at shit.
Yeah.
Except for
Like
the
a Tuskegee experiments.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I would let them cut me open.
Say what?
I would let them cut me open.
The thing that all I feel like is like fucking what is it?
If it helps people learn.
The fuck's his name? Dr. Zoidberg or
They gonna be like, yo, this motherfucker ate a lot of Cheetos.
Well, you remember when
that's the key to life.
When they made that fucking episode on Futurama where Zoidberg fucking got captured by the military and shit, and they're cutting his ass open.
His ink bladder.
Yeah. And they cut his ass open. This nigga's awake
He
the
said,
whole
so
time.
what are you guys doing tonight? Because I'm up for whatever.
Yeah, as they're taking out fucking multiple organs and shit.
I love that they reconstructed Bender as a UFO.
Yeah.
Well, yo, that shit still goes on because you got the black market experiment on black men being sniped down for our organs. Nowadays, that has been going on for like the past 7 years.
Yo, why are you making me feel like we're reminiscent of Get Out?
It's in my head. It's in my head.
He's not who he says he is right now.
Yeah.
Moon Ra is not Moon Ra. He's Moon Jacob right now.
Yo, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to cut this shit out?
Up to you.
Yo.
Man. I mean,
Time to drop off.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Moon, I appreciate you being on tonight, man.
Hey, appreciate you. Appreciate y'all boys. Jigga.
Yeah, brother.
You need the
Y'all
help, bro.
motherfuckers are dope.
I want that cupcake, motherfucker. The next time when I finally see you in person, I want that fucking cupcake.
Yo, tell your shorty that I can't deliver that, guys.
Not that kind of cupcake. I want an actual cupcake, nigga. Go to Walmart.
My man, yo, got you all day.
All right, Moon. We'll holler at you later, man.
Yo, peace, guys.
Peace, guys.
Later, brother.
Jigga, excellent job.
Always.
Danger, excellent job.
Later.
Dustin in the background, excellent job.
Chilling.
Peace. Peace. Peace.
Later, y'all.
Yeah.
Death Star.